Welcome to the Ad Expert Podcast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something really critical happening in digital marketing right now. We're looking at how Google's AI overview is, fundamentally driving up Google Ads costs as we head into 2025. Our mission today, to cut through all the noise and pull out the key insights you need, especially if you're running a small business or you're deep into SEO. We want you to navigate this without feeling, overwhelmed. We're basing this discussion on insights from Ad Expert, they're a Los Angeles agency, focusing on online marketing and web development. They've got a decade of experience serving areas like Woodland Hills, Calabasas, Winnetka, Tarzana, Encino, Sherman Oaks, West Hills, Reseda, Burbank, Van Nuys, you got the idea, across LA. So the big problem we're tackling is this. Google's AI overview, part of their search generative experience, or SGE, it's dramatically reshaping things. And the stark reality is Google Ads costs, they're going up, no question.
Yeah, and it's more than just ad costs rising. It signals this fundamental shift in what Google is. They're moving away from being just a directory and really positioning themselves as the ultimate answer engine. The strategy seems clear. Keep users inside the Google ecosystem,
Right.
which naturally changes the rules for businesses trying to get seen.
Right.
We've really seen this pick up speed since around July 2025. SEO folks started noticing something alarming, a real drop, a noticeable one, in organic traffic. Specifically for searches where that AI overview pops up right at the top. It's not just a feeling people have.
Okay, so it's not just anecdotal. There's actual data backing this up. What kind of evidence are we seeing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Our riffs, the SEO toolset, they put out some pretty striking numbers. Their data showed web pages listed under those AI overviews. They saw about a 34.5% decrease in organic click-through rates. That's huge. And maybe even more telling, zero-click searches, where someone gets their answer right on the Google results page, no click needed. That jumped from about 56% to nearly 69%. Almost 7 out of 10 searches ending right there on Google.
Wow, 69%. So people just aren't clicking through like they used to. This whole thing, impressions staying high, but clicks tanking, it has a name, right?
It does. It's being called the Great Decoupling. And Google actually acknowledged it publicly back in June 2025. It highlights this growing gap. Impressions might look okay, but users are clicking less, much less. They're just relying on those AI summaries, which, plays right into Google wanting to be the answer engine.
Keeping users right where they are.
Exactly. They control the info flow and, crucially, the ad spots. So for brands that build everything on organic SEO, they now have to completely rethink their strategies just to stay visible.
So if organic traffic is sort of vanishing, does that just push everyone into paying for ads? And what's the immediate impact on those ad costs then?
It's pretty much a direct line. Organic visibility goes down, so more businesses, especially small and medium ones, feel forced into Google's paid system. And that increased demand. It just drives up the cost per click, the CPC, across almost every industry.
Let's talk specific numbers. How much are we actually talking about here, sector by sector?
Okay. Yeah, we're seeing some solid figures. Retail and e-commerce. CPCs are up somewhere between 18 and 25%. For industries like legal and insurance, it's looking like 15 to 22% increases. And even local services, think plumbers, dentists, they're not immune, up by 12 to 17%. Keywords that used to be affordable, suddenly they're in these really competitive auctions. Small businesses are really feeling that squeeze.
Right, so that local dentist example, suddenly their standard keywords cost way more. It makes you wonder, what's technically driving this inflation besides just more bidders?
A big part of it is placement, where the ads actually show up. Traditional search ads used to be right at the top, above the organic results. Now they often get pushed below the AI overview box, so that prime real estate, the stuff above the fold, there's just less of it.
Ah, okay. Less prime space available.
Exactly. Which forces brands to bid higher, more aggressively, especially if it's a search query that shows someone's ready to buy. They have to bid more just to be seen.
And what about the AI overview itself? Since it answers questions directly, how does that affect whether someone clicks an ad?
That's the other piece. If the AI gives you the answer right there, you feel less need to click anything, right? Including the ads. So it makes it fundamentally harder for advertisers to hit their usual performance goals or typical benchmarks. It challenges the whole ROI model.
Okay, but Google's perspective. Figures like John Mueller have argued that the traffic that does come through, either via the AI overview links or paid ads, is actually higher quality. The argument being, okay, fewer visits, but those visitors stay longer, they're more engaged. Less quantity, better quality. Is that convincing for small businesses, though?
Well, that's where the disconnect really hits home. For a small business, a local service provider, volume often matters just as much as quality. maybe more sometimes. Think about it. A 40% drop in website visits, even if the remaining visitors are slightly more engaged, that still means fewer leads overall, fewer phone calls, fewer potential customers watching through the door.
Yeah, that's a tough trade-off. A 40% drop is significant.
It really is. It translates directly to fewer conversions. It's hard to spin that positively when you rely on a steady stream of leads.
So what are the actual, on-the-ground impacts businesses have been reporting since this really kicked in around July 2025?
We're hearing about businesses needing to bump up their ad budgets by, say, 25 to 40% just to maintain similar results. They're also seeing lower ROI from campaigns that used to be really reliable, like Performance Max. Those automated campaigns, not quite the set-and-forget success they were. And, there's higher churn, less traffic overall just means less discoverability, fewer new customers finding them. For a lot of these smaller guys, Google Ads used to be about growth. Now, it feels like it's becoming a baseline cost just for basic exposure.
Okay, so the ground is definitely shifting, but it's not all doom and gloom, right? People need strategies. How do you actually navigate this? Let's talk about actionable steps. What can advertisers do to fight back against these rising costs and try to regain some control?
Absolutely. There are definitely proactive steps. Our sources highlight 5 key tactics. First, refine your keyword lists. Really focus on efficiency. Look at long-tail keywords with some more specific, longer phrases. They often convert well and might have a more reasonable CPC because they're less competitive.
More specific, less competition. Makes sense.
Second, revamp your ads using rich extensions. Max out those responsive search ads. Use site links, callouts, structured snippets, anything that makes your ad take up more space and provide more info. It grabs attention and can seriously boost your click-through rate, your CTR.
Okay, make the ad itself work harder. What's next?
Third, prioritize conversion rate optimization, or CRO, on your landing pages. Once someone does click and clicks are more expensive now, you absolutely need that click to count. Make sure your landing page loads fast, it's super clear, easy to navigate, and drives them towards that conversion, whatever it is. Fill out a form, pick a call, buy something. Small improvements here make a big difference.
Right, make every expensive click actually convert. Good one. Number 4.
Fourth, explore alternative visibility channels. Don't rely solely on Google search ads. Diversify. Think Google Maps optimization, posting regularly on your Google business profile. Look into TikTok ads, Meta ads, Facebook, Instagram, maybe even build up your email list for direct communication. Spread your bets, basically.
Don't put all your eggs in the Google basket.
Precisely. And fifth, finally, monitor the AI overview impact directly in your Google Search Console. Keep a close eye on your impressions versus your clicks. See which pages are getting hit hardest by AI summaries showing up. That data can help you adjust your paid strategies, or maybe even decide to shift your content focus away from topics frequently answered by AI.
Okay, those are 5 really solid practical steps. So while this whole shift feels challenging, maybe even a bit scary, it sounds like it's also pushing businesses towards being smarter, more efficient marketers.
I think so. It forces adaptation, and those who adapt, who innovate, they can find opportunities here. Understanding how ads work within this AI overview context, keeping your ad copy hyper-relevant to the kinds of questions triggering AI results, refining strategies constantly, that's how you maintain an edge.
It's like a new era of search is being born, and businesses need to evolve with it to keep growing. Adapting isn't really optional anymore, is it?
Not really, no. It's essential for sustained growth. And that's where, a company like AdExpert comes into play. They use these kinds of insights constantly. Their whole approach mixes AI-driven tools with real data analysis, focusing on building partnerships. They've got a solid team. Sam Ashrafi, the founder and strategist. Asana Bovati handles the deep SEO and analytics. Floyd Lager focuses on that initial research for ROI. Shiva Malik does their web design. They really emphasize live tracking, reporting, using your historical data plus competitor insights to build out strategies that actually work in this environment.
That kind of real-time data-first approach sounds critical right now, not just about surviving, but actually understanding the shifts and maybe even thriving.
Exactly. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Which brings up a final thought, maybe something for you to consider. Given how fast AI is evolving in search, how might anticipating the next wave of AI changes fundamentally reshape what we even think of as effective marketing? Looking beyond just 2025, how might thinking about future AI shifts influence your digital advertising steps, starting right now? Something to chew on.